Beyond the election, we explored an issue that's gotten a lot less attention and maybe one that many have never even heard of. It's called summer melt. Graduation numbers are on the rise, but now many say the challenge is ensuring that each and every high school graduate has the opportunity to continue their education.
Are all of y'all the first in your families to go to college?
I technically am. Like, my mom and dad are successful without really going to college, but there wasn't really like, oh, you have to go to college. Like, you have to do this and you have to do that. I really wanted to go.
My parents, unfortunately, did not go to college or high school, so all the pressure was on me to set an example. And the high school mindset is like, oh, okay, my mom and dad take care of it. But then when you transition to college, it's like, oh, it's up to me. And it's fairly difficult to change in like 1 year.
My mom and I sat down and had long conversations my senior year, like, here's what I know, here's what I don't know, and this is all you. You take care of this. Is this kind of like what you all went through with your parents when it came time to really start thinking about college after high school?
I looked to my mom for help, but she was basically like, Jen, like, ultimately this is your decision. Like, this is what you're deciding to do. You want to take loans out? You want to go to a state school? That's you, Jen.
What was that random miscellaneous thing in the process of getting to college that almost caught you up?
I would say when I would submit applications for scholarships and I didn't receive any letters back. That really discouraged me a lot.
Not having a car almost made me not go to school.
That's real.
Not having money almost made me not go to school.
Not having a car is stopping people from going to school. So what would you say to those folks who do end up not going?
I would say if you feel like it's not going to work, if you absolutely feel like it's not going to work right now, give yourself time to wait, save up. It's not like, oh, you're getting out of high school now, you have to go straight into college. If you have to wait, I mean, by all means, don't feel like it's the end of the world.
What can you do to help?
Yeah. So there's a lot of things. It depends. Every single situation is different. The majority of students that come in talk about financial aid and what can be done, and is the school that they're looking at, is it affordable? Another thing, sometimes students come in and they have not applied anywhere. So we've been really fortunate to have higher ed, representatives from higher ed come in and work with the students and say, you know what, it's not too late to apply to school. And we engage in those conversations. We're all experienced counselors in the center, and we engage and say, what is it that you want? What do you want to do next, and how can we help you get there?
And am I right that I've read that the counselors can make a very measurable, a very significant difference with not that much time invested?
That's right. Just, you know, a few hours over the summer. I think it's 3 to 5, is that right? Just having that additional attention can make a huge difference whether or not a student enrolls in college or not. Sometimes the things that they need to just finalize are very simple.
The summer of 2013, I was lost. I didn't know if I would be able to go to college. Originally, I was attending Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia, and that didn't go through, so I had to rethink. My guidance counselor, Shannon Julian, she invited me to the center, and I met Laura, and that was all she wrote. So.
Before you found the center, was that stressful?
It was. I was in this illusion that, oh, I'll get to college and it wouldn't be hard, and it didn't have this tedious process, which I now know that it did. And I'm just grateful that I came in contact with the center, because some people don't know that there are resources here, and it can make a difference. It can be detrimental or it can be beneficial.
A person's ambitious and they have had the talents and all the things that have to come together, the good fortune to be accepted into college in the first place. Is it hard to ask for help that summer?
Yes, because people want to believe that they got it all together, and when it doesn't seem so, it makes you feel bad. I know I felt horrible. I was an honors student. I just knew I was going to Spelman, and I had a lot of family members who were rooting for me. So it definitely takes a huge chunk of your pride to say, hey, I need help, but that is okay. And that is why we're here, and we're gonna tell everyone out there that if you need help, just, you know, come.
can an individual raise expectations for someone for a kind of big, for a little? Is that a skill that you can learn as a mentor and do this on an individual basis?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think I think it's simple, and I think it can also be trained. So the comment of, I have expectations for you. I've had a little sister. She is now 28 years old. I was matched with her when she was 8. And so she's had lots of diversions. I did too, though, right? So I get that. But I remember one particular day, I told her I was going to pick her up at this time, and she wasn't there, and she just kind of stayed out that night, and all this kind of stuff. And I just finally said, you know what? You're better than this, and when you decide to live up to who you are, you call me back, because you can hang out with all of them. I'm fine with that, but you don't bring me your worst. I love you. You call me when you get home. I think when adults tell kids, you're great, you're better than that, I'm not going to put up with your least because I know who you are, they get better. I get better. Like, I've been, as an adult, someone has looked at me and said, Becky, you're better than that. And it's like, oh man, and I am 54 years old, I should be grown by now, and every now and then I fail, and somebody says, you're better than that. And then you live up to it, right? Because you know you're better than that.
We've heard so many times throughout the whole American Graduate stuff, how many kids never had one adult in their life, not one, ask them a question, show any interest, let alone hit some expectations for them. Right. And so the ability for one individual to step in and do that, and very often it's a teacher. Obviously, very often it's a family member, but a lot of people don't have the family members to do that.
I've never met a young person, ever, in 28 years, that if you looked at them and they trusted you, and you told them, I know you can do better than this, I know who you are, that they would not respond. But there's just not enough people saying that, right? When a kid goes off the path, we give up. And it's like, why give up?
Also having using Gentleman Division as an example, having a group of peers around you, you know, that are all your age, and you all are like-minded. We all want to succeed. We all want to be better. So not only does Warden hold me to a higher standard, but my brother right here next to me holds a higher standard. And I'm accountable for him, and he's accountable for me.
One of the things that impressed me, and you mentioned it too, but just being around your organization, is that the generation that goes through wants to come back. You said it. The dream is to have your own step team. Yeah. I think you said it about bigs and littles growing up and wanting to do that. Yes. And so you must see that a lot. I think part of it is because guys don't want to leave. Right.
Yeah,
they don't want to leave the brotherhood. Right?
Just today I had to leave a little early, and one of my graduates, he's in college right now, he came in and said, you know what, Mr. Warden, you're busy today. I want to run practice. And, I didn't even know he was coming, but these guys continue to pop up, and every time I talk to them, they're doing good things, and that just makes me feel wonderful, because at the time when I started the program, that wasn't even my thought. It was just doing something to help these young men to be productive. And now it's just blossoming into this whole big thing that is way beyond my imagination.
And we started the show by talking about what graduation rates are doing right now. They're up. They're up in Missouri and Illinois even more than the national increases. Mm-hmm. Is it about more though than just graduating for what you want to see for your gentleman of vision?
Yeah, I just want these guys to dream and to pretty much fulfill. Like a lot of these, when you talk to these young men, they have big dreams, and a lot of times with nobody kind of helping them to plan those steps. You know, you check back with them, they haven't done anything. So that's what we've been able to do, is help them to follow the steps, because again, most of them have a lot of big dreams.
Breaking down those dreams to short-term goals.
There you go, to chunks, and helping them to go on that college campus and graduate, not go on there and party their way right at the back of the campus, but to leave there with paperwork where they can continue to follow their dreams, and that's the secret right
Or,
there.
and I'm guessing too, to demystify some, you're talking about, was it 90% you said first generation college?
Yeah.
Demystifying some of the process.
Exactly.
Setting the bar higher and just kind of, I know that was the case for me going off to college, was what's a hour of a class? I had no idea what they were talking about.
But see, that's why those college visits come in handy though. Like when you end the program, you're like, oh, here we go again, college visits. But all of that resonates with you and it all sticks with you. So when you get to school, you're like, oh, I know I need to go see this counselor. I know I need to go do this. I know I need to go do that. And so you're not really lost in the sauce. Warden's favorite thing to say while we in high school is graduate, honor roll, get them grades right, fix your situation. After you graduate, his favorite thing to say, stay in school, get the degree, to get the degree. Don't you come back home,
So encourage me. Tell me that not everyone's going to get to be on a nationally ranked national championship team.
Yes.
How do we do this for individual kids?
So everything that they are talking about, the encouragement, sense of discipline, introduction to college, Big Brothers and Big Sisters would fully support that. We are now staying with our little brothers and little sisters through the age of 25. We're the first organization in the nation to do it. It used to be a time when kids could graduate from high school and high-five and you're off. But that path, that 18 to 25 is really treacherous. So we're very proud. 95% of our little brothers and little sisters are graduating from high school, and about 75% of them are entering college, which is either trade school or a 4-year. But we're now tracking what we call their 3 E's. Are they enrolled in college or trade? Are they enlisted in the military? Have they gone immediately to employment and finding a different path? So I just think it is so hopeful. And I think the one thing that we know what common sense tells us, that life experience tells us, and so does research. You have to have someone that opens these doors for you, to show you things you've never seen before, to tell you that you can walk down that path. You just have to have people that believe in you, are going to be there for you, and pass on these amazing values.